Hello and welcome to the Forge Alliance Forever cast. I'll be your host Swkoll, and today we're looking at some games from the Blitz Tourney that just happened today. I've been out of casting for a while, but decided to get back into it. Actually, I've been casting a bit, but running into lots of technical difficulties, which are very annoying. So I'm crossing my fingers, hoping I don't fail. This round is actually from the third round of the tourney. It's the only really good matchup from this round of the tourney, although the exception probably being Vortex versus All X. I might just skip that one. I will cast the semifinals and the finals if everything goes according to plan. But for now, we notice Gordon taking the brave position of going UEF on a map where water exists. And we have Colonel Sheppard, everyone's favorite rusher, to get that second air factory after one P-Gen and a Hydro. Gordon doing a very similar build, except he'll be getting land factories instead, and a very quick naval factory after an engineer goes to a mechs. So if everything goes to plan, that should be a 3-4 minute naval factory. Sheppard coming in with some flares, but the tank from Gordon should shut this down. Actually, some nice flare dodging micro from Colonel Sheppard, going around in circles, changing direction just when it's about to hit, but it doesn't last forever. Although this flare does get past. It is out without a radar. Let's see if it can manage to find that energy. Looks like it's just going to hang out near this mechs. This tank knows something's up. Circle around, but won't find that flare. Energy escapes on the water. Gordon knows what's up. And first bomber out of the second air factory from Colonel Sheppard. Bomber's going around on a very wide angle, trying to get a good pass on Gordon's base from this angle, possibly looking to do multiple bomb drops. You could do drop, and then you could do drop, and then you could do drop. It would be all very nice. Scope goes off cross. Gordon knows what's happening. ACU going to deal with this flare. Resume. He has a tank that was in a very unfortunate position, being blocked by the ACU in such a fashion. Gordon can get up that that Navy factory. And these weird cliffs giving all sorts of problems to Gordon, but they will get cleaned up. Bomber does come in. First bomb. One engineer killed, second engineer now dodging. And Sheppard going to bomb his power. Anti-air forced up from the factories, and a T2 T2 land rush from Gordon. He'll need that power for that. It looks like he'll be fine temporarily. Getting out Tech 2 engineer and a Sparky. Bomber coming around, getting its 6th kill on that radar. Going to town, nothing can stop it now. Kills the Snoop because Snoops are just too OP of a scout. If only. More kills for the bomber, just going around abusing Aeon AoE. As Gordon still building more archers, but doesn't really have much build capacity to pump out those archers with. T2NG and Sparky have been completed, but working on pillars at this point, which might be considered a strange unit choice versus an Aeon. Usually you want to go for the kiting units. But the pillar is just a badass tank. 1500 HP. The sound file from the Fat Boy. It's just that cool. And the Sparky going out. It's a defensive engineer. Be quiet. It's a viable strategy. It doesn't need to build things. What are you talking about? Looks like Gordon rebuilding his power, getting an air factory out. Does not want any more bombers coming his way. But it looks like Colonel Sheppard will be sending additional bombers, mounting up a decent air force, and a lot of T1 land factories. Aurora's moving in. The great thing about the Sparky is it does have that radar jamming technology, So Sheppard sees this, when in fact this unit does not exist. Giving Gorton just enough time to finish that T2 point defense. Force the Auroras back, but Bomber's over on the right side of the map. Sparky OP. Please nerf. Is this bomber? Is this the same bomber coming around? Killing more engineers. He's now spawned that naval factory. He might decide to go into the Navy for himself. With the Tech 2 land and the T1 Navy, he should be able to defend himself from Aeon threats at T1 land. A few NTs are now up, taking out that mean bomber. Looks like Colonel Sheppard moving forward. Wants to take out that T2 PD with a nice, well-placed overcharge. T1 point defense. Gordon looking to block his overcharges. First one hits, bringing the T2 point defense down. Second one misses. T1 bombers flying overhead. There's Gordon in his fashion builds lots of AA Riptides going around to flank. It's the T2 PD doing lots of damage to Sheppard. Many pillars out in the field now. 3 pillars, multiple tanks. And the AoE just manages to kill Colonel Sheppard's, or kill Gordon's PD, with Sheppard going down into the red. Running out of units. Riptide's still flanking. Might be able to do something. Sheppard getting nice expansion going on. And the sub is now out from Gordon. Only 2 subs to accurately cover Sheppard's position. And Gordon getting the reclaim. Still has the T2 land. Should be able to construct T2 point defenses. And the raiding continues to go on. Just killing scouts. Why not? Looks like Sheppard will pull back a large amount of units to deal with the Riptide, which is having trouble with all these Aeon's bomber stuns. They are quite annoying. But Sheppard pulling ahead in the eco. Looks like Gordon controlled KT's T1 land factory. With all those stuns, the Riptide is taken out. Sheppard sitting on low HP, with Gordon completing his Tech 2 point defense, getting gun. Can Gordon afford that gun? Almost. Almost can afford that gun. Or he will be able to when he stops building power. But Sheppard going with the responsive T2 land, getting out low missile launchers to counter the T2 point defense scrape he is anticipating, but Gordon content not to do it. He'll just continue pillars and 2 T2 PDs to defend his front. Shields coming up. Good to protect his low health ACU, and to forget from Sheppard going to come around harassing map control. And Gordon just about with his gun done. Point defense actually going after tanks. And now the point defense. Gordon moving out with his gun to calm. He has quite a few Riptides. Sheppard has to be careful, but he is near the water. The sub is in somewhat of a halfway point. No upgrades on Sheppard's ACU. Getting focused down. Needs to get into the water. Riptide's just pillars moving forward fast, furiously trying to get under that shield to block the damage. Overcharge takes out the shield. Shield goes down. Sheppard retreating with less than 2,000 health. Aurora's trying to force Gordon back. These are mostly mobile missile launchers as a Tech 2 unit choice. No blazes or obsidians to really keep Gordon away, as Sheppard will have to retreat. Continues moving forward, leaving a nice field of reclaim behind him, racking up many kills with the ACU. Looks like Sheppard will try to deal with these forces on his own. Does he have overcharges ready? He does. Getting some nice veterancy there. He hasn't gotten his veterancy yet. He should be able to get it quickly. Gordon continuing to move forward against Sheppard's units, but Gordon almost completely surrounded at this point. Has to keep his ACU on his toes. Doing the dodgy micro against the T1 already. Sheppard now regenerating more health. Thought about a naval factory. Changed his mind. Meanwhile, frigates harassing the borders along with riptides. It looks like Gordon will retreat. But Sheppard getting a bit close here. He's left his army behind him, and Gordon's ACU sees what he wants. Killers are nearby. Overcharges come out, killing the pillars. Mercy's coming in. And slightly too late. The second two Mercies, just slightly longer, would have killed Gordon. With a quick T2 air snipe. And that's game. As Gordon wins this round 3 game, which will propel him on to the semifinals. We'll cast the semifinals as well as the finals, and stay tuned for that. So thank you for watching, and good night.